Good morning on this beautiful summer day. Yeah. Um, Earlier this morning I was thinking about, it was a nice summer day, and I was thinking about some days we have wet, rainy weather. And there was this song kept running through my mind, and it goes back to when I was a teenager, and it was popular on the radio in the late 50s. And it was Jane Morgan and The Day That the Rains Came Down. I don't know if that was the title, but that was in it. And it had such a nice lilting melody to it, and I couldn't get it out of my head. So I Googled it, and I listened to it. And it sort of got my day started off really nice. Anyway, I did something this morning, or rather yesterday, that I have been meaning to do since way back when we did the Bismarck, and I never did it. And that was the micro crystal clear. Yeah, so if you want to know how that went, and it actually went pretty good, I think, you're going to have to watch the rollback, which is quite extensive. Yeah, and as you saw, we had a nice sunrise this morning. Yeah, the day is looking bright. So let's hope that things continue on here, and hopefully we're going to be able to get some of our parts mounted onto our module and make our module look a little bit more finished off. Anyway, let's sort of roll back here and see how it is that we got to this place. Okay, here's what's happened this afternoon. I finished painting the remaining 5 ladders with the flat clear, and I'm not going to be using the heat gun. I gave the one that we used the heat gun on in the last episode a second coat because I do believe that the heat and the rapid drying sort of may give it a crystallized look. Anyway, they're probably still wet because I just did it just a few minutes ago. So we'll let these dry overnight and see how they look. However, what I want to try here is something that I've thought about off and on for a long time. And that is this micro crystal clear. Now, I was mentioning to Jason that I probably would do it in today's episode, so I guess I better give it a whirl here. I don't know how it's going to go. I think I'll just do these top windows here on both sides and see how it looks. My personal opinion is that it probably will look better not done, especially being as that I should have applied the stuff before I covered it up so I couldn't get at it from the inside. In other words, Jason was suggesting that would have been best to have applied it from the other side, not from this side, because there's less of a chance of getting it smeared around the edge of the window frame. That makes perfect sense, but it's too late now. I've already stuck it together. But I'm gonna give it a try here, and if it, I'm just gonna hope that I don't make it really bad, because I don't know what I would do. I might have to try and break the stuff out and then repaint, and that's just not going to look good. Whereas right now, even without the crystal clear, those windows do look fairly natural because they look black in behind, right? So, but let's just give it a try here. So I'm going to just sort of recompose. We'll move in a little bit and yeah, give it a try. Okay. Now, it didn't say anywhere here on to shake this up, although it may have, and I just didn't see it. But I did shake it up in the paint shaker. So let's give this a whirl here. Let's see which one of these ends is going to be the most helpful. Okay. Now maybe that's too much. Let's just put a little back. Okay, I'm going to try not to get my head in the light here. Yeah, I can see where coming from the back would be a lot safer. But, okay, now when that dries, let's try this one with a little bit less maybe. No, need more. And this one here needs to come out to the corner a little bit better there. I think that's better. That's too much. So I'm trying not to get it on the there we go. I'm trying to do it the way I saw Jason do it. Oh, by the way, he's just got his 1/200 scale Yamato. Well, actually, this didn't go too bad. It's actually going better than I thought it would. What I'm going to do here is reposition. I don't know if I should. I wonder how it would work on a big one like that. Let's give it a try. We're here, and yeah, Jason's got his 1/200 scale Yamato, so it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say about it. Oh, I've got it where it's not supposed to go. Okay, where is one of Tennessee Jim's? Okay, Tennessee Jim to the rescue here. I guess I can always paint that over, can't I? It's getting rubbery. Excuse me, I'm trying not to get too much, because if I get too much on the toothpick, then it's gonna go where it's not supposed to. So here we go. Nope, didn't quite close it off. You sort of have to, sort of like, remember blowing bubbles when you were a kid? If you got it just right, you could, yeah, okay. Oh, I got it on that. I got it on that thing again. This one did not go quite as well. I can see though where that when that dries, it will give the illusion of being glazed. Okay, one more. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and do all the rest, and I guess we'll have to wait until it dries to see how it's going to actually look. And then let's see here. I think we should be able to paint over that. On the other hand, it won't. The problem is when it dries, it's going to dry shiny, so that won't be good. But yeah, this isn't going too bad actually. I don't think I had enough on that time. No. No, I've got too much, but I don't know how to remove any. There we go. Now in that top one where it looks black or dark, I think what's happening there is it's drying and turning clear. Okay, that tick that you just heard, that was my spotlight heating up. I don't want to be pushing this out of the field of view. Now these are the tricky ones. Try not to get it on that. This may be too much. Starting to get a cramp in my hand here. Yeah, it would have been so much better to have done this from the back, and you wouldn't need to worry about Yeah, it seems to get rubbery. You notice on these ones up here, where it looks like there's actually a hole there, I do believe that is actually, yeah, I can see the reflection. There is actually what you might call glass there. Okay, now let's reposition and get the 3 on the front. Now, I don't know if I can show you this or not, but I'm trying something different here. Okay, can you see that? I've got the mounted in the pliers. And I think I can probably be a lot more steady. Okay, sample some more. Okay, and the last one, I'm just trying to get just the right amount here. That might not be enough. No, I didn't get enough. It's a bit of an art form to it here. Okay, this is what I was talking about when I was saying I mounted the toothpick in the pliers. The reason being is that I can hold onto the plier and rest my hand on the table, and I can actually, get the end of the toothpick extremely steady. But when I was trying to hold it the other way in my fingers, my hand was sort of cramping up and I was starting to shake, and so yeah, a person can't always do that, because if let's say you're trying to do it on the hull of your ship, on the portholes, it might be a little bit difficult to be able to fasten it in the plier, but it would still kind of help maybe. But I'll have to remember now the next time I want to do this to do it from the inside with the toothpick pointing out. I think I'd have a lot better luck. You can see some of these are starting to get quite clear, so we'll be checking it out maybe later on this evening. What do we got here? 4:37? Yeah, well, maybe in about 8 o'clock tonight we'll check it out. Like I say, they're drying pretty good. Well, thanks for the tips, Jason. That was a big help. Well, it must be about 3 hours ago now that I did the ladders, and probably just over 2 hours ago that I did the crystal clear. I am noticing that I can see glinting from the CA glue. It's not, I'm just wondering if maybe my flat clear is just not as flat as it used to be, if that's possible. Or maybe it's because I thinned it out so much that it's lost its flattening ability. It's not a big deal, and when these pieces are mounted on here, we're not going to really notice. It's just that I had hoped that the flat clear would have covered the CA, but it didn't completely. Now, this part here, I think that the glass is probably about as glass-like as it's going to get. I don't think it's going to change even if we left it till the morning. So we'll put it on the rotator. We'll stick the macro lens on and move in almost as close as we can get. And I'll set up a spotlight so we can, see the reflection. Otherwise, you're going to think you're looking right through it. That actually turned out better than I thought I was gonna. Okay, so the reason we had to flip back to step 24 was because we had to make these ladders up and get these little parts in their place, and that's all done. The reason we had to step back to 26 was to put the ladders in place, and that's done. Okay, we are officially on step 27 now. Well, I guess I may as well start with the beginning of it. And it wants us to place, where are those parts? I'll find them. Well, we know where these ones are, but this one here, I saw it the other day, just a few minutes ago actually, the other day. Well, we'll find it. Anyway, just let me recompose here a little bit. Okay, so I found it. I knew I would. Now, this is the one that has to have a couple of little gussets put right in here in the corner. So that means we're going to have to do a little bit more painting afterwards. And we're also going to be attempting to glue photo etch to painted plastic. But we'll get it. We'll get it. I don't know if we're going to get it this evening yet or not. Let's find the photo etch and see how it goes. Okay, C17, 2 of them. Okay, once again, I'm not going to waste a bunch of time setting up the macro lens. I'm just going to go ahead and get them. There's one, and there's the other. Oh, come on here. Okay, press stop. Okay, now here was an example of where if I had been doing this on the green cloth, it would have been a lot easier because I could have got the tweezer underneath. Okay, you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn this up a little bit to about a 45-degree angle, and we'll let gravity be our friend, and it should just sort of keep it in place there. So I'm going to have to set up the helping hand somehow. Okay, let's just do a dry run here. Now I would want to grab this quite a ways back so I don't get the CA glue gluing the tweezer on the photo etch piece. Yeah, I do believe something like this is going to work. If I had have had just a little bit of CA glue right where that's supposed to go, just in the corner, just a very minute amount, I should be able to just place this. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, now let's stick on the macro lens. Does not want to stand up. Oh, now it's stuck on the tweezer. You know what? What do we got here? It is 15 seconds to 8. I think maybe we should call it a night here. Go at this in the morning. Yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Well, here's what's happened. Obviously, it's not morning. I don't think I've ever done this before. But anyway, I was looking at this little part, and I was going to take the camera back to the other room and edit out the video, and next thing I knew was I was poking around at it, and bottom line is we've got it. Yeah, it went pretty good. I was able to get in at a much better angle, and anyway, we got it. Now we'll see you in the morning. Well, it is morning. You know, I was noticing the other day that I took my cap and I put it down on the cloth and it dripped. So I was wondering afterwards, how did that happen? And what had happened was there was a bubble had formed on the inside of the cap. You can see right now there isn't. And then it leaked down. Anyway, that was too bad. I got a bit of a mess going on there. However, let's see what we can do here and cover up some of that photo etch and also the CA glue. I think maybe I got too much there. Mind you, this is the underside, and nobody's going to see it anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Wait. I got the 77. I want the 66. Well, now I'm going to have to wait for that to dry. Okay, let's try this again. Now, I dry brushed all that 77 out of there. And I'm pretty sure that... And then I used the heat gun at 140 for a few seconds. So I'm pretty sure that we are going to be able to cover okay and not have any paints mixing. I'm not going to work it, back and forth or anything like that. I'm just going to... Now this is the underside of this thing, and nobody's going to see it anyway. Well, mind you, you will see this part that I just painted now. So let's make sure I got both sides of the photo etch there. Okay, I think when that dries, it's going to match up with everything else really nice. Okay, I'm guessing that about 15 minutes or maybe more has passed here now. And I'm pretty sure that our little piece of superstructure is safe to handle. It might be a little bit wet in the corners still. But we're not going to be poking anything in the corners. We're going to be handling it by the edges here. Now, for some of these other parts, like these two, there's a right way and a wrong way. In fact, there's quite a combination of mistakes we could make here. So let me carefully get this. Once again, this is at the place where a person really has to be careful how you pick it up. Okay, so not only do these have to go on the right circle here, or actually this is more of an oval, but they could also be facing the wrong way around. So let's just check the manual here. Okay, it looks like if we put this to the right orientation of the manual, that, okay, these pieces go with this tall part of it on the outside, and you will notice that there's a long optical unit, and on the other side is a short optical unit. So it appears that the long one sticks out. And the reason that they are oblong like that is that you get them, square. But I'm noticing that this. So let me move this in a little closer here. Let me reposition here. Okay, you might say we're kind of doing a dry run here. Now, I had thought when I was working with this other one over here that it doesn't really lock into place like I thought it should, but I'm realizing now that it does. Yeah, it kind of, well, you could have it the wrong way around. I want to be careful I don't break my ladders off here if they're catching on the bottom. So, all right. I think we're probably safe to this one here is a tight fit. I guess that's good in a way. Now, is our nozzle plugged? Nope. Yeah, we don't need very much. Maybe I'll put it a little heavier on the inside where it's not going to be seen. Now let's not get too panicky here. This is the Revell glue. I think I put too much on, didn't I? Well, I guess I can always take my little brush and go in there and I think that's seated. Yeah, I'll take my little brush afterwards, maybe and get rid of that where it's sort of glinting. At least I think it's glinting. I think that's going to be all right. Probably what would have been better would have been to have taken these parts and run a little bit of the Revell around the inside and then drop it down. Okay, I just want to double check. Do I have this right? Okay, it goes down like that. This one goes down like that. It goes that way. Yeah, we got it right. Yeah, in this way, what's going to happen is the glue is going to kind of run down on the inside. At least that's the plan. Now once again, watch out for the ladders. Yeah, I think it's going to be just fine. Just let me sort of look straight down on it. I want to make sure that I've got the thing looking straight ahead. Yeah, that's going to be good. Okay, let's do a dry run here. There's a flagpole or something that comes up out of there. And I just want to make sure it's going to fit. I think I did try this once before, but I can't remember. Seems to be a bit of a tight fit between the splinter wall there. That is a tight fit. I almost don't need any glue. I wonder why that is. Let's pull it out of there. It's kind of binding, like on this edge here. Where's my pointer? Okay, on this edge right here and this edge right here are binding, and I'm just wondering if I should be maybe scraping a little bit off of there, as long as I'm going to be coming in with my number 66 later anyway to touch up. Let's get the... Be so careful where I hang on to it here. Okay. Let's try it again. That's some better. Okay, let's take it out of there. I've done pretty good. I've managed not to break anything. And right on the top of these black things, there's some very delicate little gun sights. You can't really see them. So if I flatten them down, no one would notice anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, there it came. I'm not doing this very smoothly, am I? Now I know you're thinking, well, it doesn't need to be glued there, but like I mentioned, the glue will run down. Ooh. I thought for a minute I was pushing on photo etch there, but there isn't any. Wonder why. Okay. That oh, don't push too hard, Ron. Well, we're getting there. It's starting to fill out, isn't it? Yeah, it's starting to fill out nice. Okay, what's next here? I think that's basically it for this part of 27. Oh no, pardon me. We got to put some other pieces on here. Okay, I guess we better find these other pieces. E18, K5, L30. Looks like this piece has to be put together out of 3 pieces. L30, 28. That doesn't make sense. 29. Well, I guess when we nip the parts off, we'll see. These ones should be easy. Okay, here we go. E18. Yeah, get that cleaned up and painted. Now our J5 is a little bit bigger. There's a little bit of detail on it. Okay, now we need L, 28, 29, and 30. And gonna have to be careful, like on this one here, where what is sprue and what is part. We'll figure it out. And this morning was grocery day. Now, when I buy bananas, I don't just buy, 3 or 4. I'll buy 3 or 4 bunches. And what I do is I wait till they ripen and then I freeze them. I peel them first, of course. Anyway, my neighbor comes out and he sees me carrying all these bananas and he breaks into song.
And the banana man said, was that a song? Did I get the words right, the banana man?
No, it's the candy man. But that's okay, it worked.
I got the tune and missed the lyrics. The banana man said.
Well, as you can see, stuff has been happening here today. And I think I'm going to call this episode a wrap. Or as I said before, it's in the can. Yeah. And we'll get at this tomorrow. At least in tomorrow's episode. The truth be known, I'll probably be getting at it later today and this evening. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.